This is Chris Shartigal of Rowan Television Network here with DJ Hyde. How you doing, sir?
I'm quite all right, Chris.
All right. So, what brought you to NWS? How did you get here, if I may ask?
I've built up a pretty solid name in this business, and basically the owners of NWS, when they're looking for somebody to wrestle a top guy in this business, they'll call me. And I have a pretty good reputation. I've been working on and off for them for, let's say, 8 years, give or take, and realistically, I hurt people. So that's why I'm here.
All right. Now, the other question I have is your thoughts about this tables match with Manu. Like, how do you feel about it?
It's another day at the office. I've wrestled Manu up and down this country, overseas. I've worked for the great Samoan family. We've done this match time and time again, and I always come out on top. So why do I really care what he thinks or what anybody else thinks? The bottom line is, at the end of it, my hand will be raised. And I don't care what anybody else thinks, Chris. All right? Manu has been beaten by me time after time. And the same thing's going to happen again today.
How did you actually get into wrestling? What made you really want to do it?
Oh, God, man, do you really want to get into that story? The first day that I stepped into a wrestling ring, it was something that I never looked back. It's one of those things where I don't wrestle because, it's fun or because I get paid to do it. I wrestle because I have to, because it's what I want to do. Realistically, it involves me in walking in the middle of my house, pretty drunk, which I'm sure a lot of Rowan fans know about. Walked in the middle of something I shouldn't have seen, threw a guy through a 3-story window, assaulted 3 cops, went to jail for a year. And I was one of these guys that used to watch every wrestling show there was. I would tape Raw, SmackDown. I'd go to all the ECW shows, all kinds of stuff. And I came out, and this was quite some time ago. It was about 12 years ago, and I found a company called CZW. It's Combat Zone Wrestling. You can Google it, or you can go to czwrestling.com. And it blew my mind. It was unlike anything I've ever seen. It was better than ECW. It was anything you've seen on WWE. It just was amazing. And I've been watching wrestling since I was 3. So at that point, I kind of just randomly ran into the owner of CZW. It was John Zandig at the time, which now I am the owner of CZW. And I did a tryout at the wrestling school, and since then I've wrestled for WWE, TNA, every top major independent. CZW is actually doing a European tour coming up. We have a show at Flyer Skate Zone, which is not far from here. Plug. And yes, I'm funny like that, but I'm also kind of a bad guy. At Flyer Skate Zone, and then from there we leave for Europe for 3 weeks, and we have done a lot of different stuff in that time, and I've never looked back. I've trained with guys like Alpha the Wild Samoan, Manu, who probably just interviewed a couple minutes ago. I've trained with him, Al Snow, Les Thatchers. I mean, I've been all over the world. I've done everything. I've been on 11 Japan tours, and I've never looked back. So that's how I got in and why I'm here. My name is DJ Hyde, the owner of Combat Zone Wrestling, the baddest man you will ever see, and you are watching RTN.